Daniel Reed had worked the night shift at Willow Creek Steel Factory for nearly 12 years. Every clang of metal, every hiss of molten sparks was part of his heartbeat now. He was 36, a man built from sweat and silence, the kind of American that built everything but owned nothing. His wife, Sarah, used to call him my midnight man. She'd wait up for him every night with coffee and laughter, the kind that could melt the steel from his bones. But last winter, on a night when Daniel's shift ran late, Sarah's car slid off the icy highway. She never made it home. Since then, Daniel hadn't spoken much. The other factory men said he'd changed, quieter, slower, always lost in thought. He started working overtime, choosing the late shifts that nobody wanted. "Keeps my mind busy," he'd say. But the truth was, he didn't want to go home to that empty house. The factory was old, built in the 1950s, long corridors, echoing machines, broken clocks. The night hum carried strange whispers through the vents, and sometimes Daniel swore he could hear Sarah's voice. Just a soft, Danny, floating through the sound of grinding metal. One night, the new supervisor, Frank Heller, was shouting at the crew again. Everyone hated him, loud, cruel, and drunk on his small authority. That night, Frank threw Daniel's lunchbox off the catwalk just to make the others laugh. Daniel didn't react. He just stared. But something in him broke quietly, like a steel beam under too much pressure. Around 3 a.m., the factory lights flickered. The molten furnace roared too loud, and the power meters began to glitch. The machines started moving on their own, belts running, gears turning with no one near them. The men froze. Then they heard it, a voice, faint and hollow through the PA system. "Danny, come home." Frank panicked, shouting, "Who's there?" Daniel didn't move. He felt warmth behind him, the kind he hadn't felt in months. Sarah's perfume. Her whisper. "Danny, you promised you'd never let them hurt you again." He turned slowly toward the catwalk above the furnace. The shadows looked like her shape for just a moment. Then, the railing gave way, and Frank stumbled forward, screaming as the steel below swallowed him whole. The alarms blared. Everyone ran. But Daniel just stood there, watching the molten light reflect in his eyes like fire and tears mixed together. When the investigators came, they called it an accident. Faulty railing, bad safety checks. But the workers whispered, "He didn't fall, she took him." Weeks passed. Daniel quit his job and left Willow Creek. But sometimes, late at night, he'd drive past the factory, now abandoned and locked up. The red warning light still blinked, even though there was no power running inside. He parked once, rolled down the window, and whispered, "Sarah, it's done. I'm sorry." A soft wind moved through the field. For the first time, Daniel felt something like peace. He started the truck, ready to drive away. In the rearview mirror, the faint light of the factory flickered once, almost like someone waving goodbye. He smiled, tired but alive. For the first time in years, he knew he was free, not from the world, but from the weight of what it took to love someone so deeply that even tragedy couldn't destroy it.